Countess presents episode 4 of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Child, it is a lot of ground to cover this week, so I'm just gonna get right to it. Number one, I want to know, Mimi, why is you sitting up in this restaurant and you crying over this gay man, allegedly, Stevie J? And at the beginning of the episode and everything, when you had your little interview, which do y'all think that when they do those little interviews, it's a little awkward? Like they need to cut the camera off when they finish talking because that little couple of seconds of let's just stare at the camera, that's just weird for me. But anyway, when Mimi said she was done, I was just waiting for her to say psych because it looked like she started smiling on her face. And I just ready for her to be like, "Oh, bitch, I just punked you. I ain't done with his ass," because she not. But Mimi, if you ever want to cross over to the other side, that what's her name, Aryan girl, Arabian girl, that girl, that dog girl with the short hair, she like you because I don't know if they said it, but she a lesbian. And I'm very glad that Love and Hip Hop is a LGBT friendly show because it's the rainbow on here on the cover. Next, Mama D. You one down ass mama. Hell, Mama D asked Scrappy, did you hit that yet? When she was talking about Shay. Y'all know Shay. Shay is Bucky. Bucky from Flavor of Love too, honey. Yep, she is back on VH1. VH1 has put her back on the payroll. They sure did. But yeah, Becky, she from Flavor of Love too and Charm School, and she is back on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, giving you thick lower body, just ass, da 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 da. Mama D wasn't playing around when she found out about that Stevie J mess with him calling Erica a bitch. Mama D said you got to get at him. So I think when Mama D said that, she really meant that you got to put a cap in his ass for real though, because Mama D is that kind of woman. Oh, child, and then we go back to Miss Joseline with her damn female impersonator titties and Stevie J with this abortion nonsense. Still trying to put these games on us and make us believe that this child had an abortion, whatever. And Stevie, you know what? I believed you when you said that you weren't thirsty for no pussy. No, you not thirsty for no pussy because Stevie J, you a big old lady and you want some dingling. Yep, I said it. Anyway, but I'll get back to their asses later because clearly this episode they consumed the whole damn episode. So next, Erica Mama visited her wearing some vintage denim jumper from 1976. Erica, you should have prepped your mama a tad bit more before she got on TV, because she just kind of looked a mess with them pin curls and them finger waves and that dead hair that was hanging down. I mean, all she needed was a tad bit of help, Erica, but you just let your mama come on TV all messed up and carried on. You should be ashamed of yourself. But she was a perfect fit for your vintage looking kitchen. Your kitchen looked like it's from 1976 too. I mean, you little scrappy baby mama, you can at least have a flat stove or something. I'm just saying, he probably need to take care of you a little bit better. But Erica, her badass dresser mama, she was giving some good advice though. And yeah, Scrappy do have some growing to do, like Erica mama said. And my opinion on it is, ladies, men are like a piece of meat. They really are a piece of meat. You have to let them marinate and get all good and seasoned before they tender and delicious. I'm just saying, sometimes it just take a while. You just gotta let it sit in. Anyway, speaking of deliciously marinated men, let's bounce on over to Kirk, oh cute ugly ass, and Rasheeda, oh beat ass. Rasheeda, she just so pretty. Like, she is amazing. She's real. I think I've said that from time and time again. But Rasheeda and Kirk really, they still good. It still look like Kirk is cracking Rasheeda back every night. And really they normal. So I'm not gonna spend too much time on them because they really don't have too much scandal for me to talk about. But they are my favorites, for real. They really are. Stevie J. While Stevie J was sitting on Mimi porch in his homosexual looking vest, looking like he done had a long night at the jungle with his sunglasses on, waiting for her, talking about he want to see what's on Mimi mind and carrying on after Joseline and read her ass to a dirty shit and he didn't do nothing about it. Um, but Mimi, you really gave Stevie J his life, and I was real proud of you when you said you could exit stage left. Boom. She told his ass. But I want to know why Benzino. Why? I mean, did he drive Stevie J down? I mean, what was up with that? I didn't really understand what was going on with him just waiting to talk about this and everything. I mean, what you expect? Yeah, the girl gonna be upset, but you're gonna have your boy just waiting for you so you can talk to him and so he can console you and shit. Child, I don't believe it. This shit is scripted. Anyway, Stevie J, I also want to know, what's wrong with your face? You need to fix that. That ain't cute. All them little faces like that. I don't really understand what's up with that, and it makes me quite uncomfortable. But Bazino Steve was right when he said you need to keep your very large penis in your pants because it is a very large penis. But Stevie J ain't gonna have no problem with that because Stevie J is a power bottom and Joseline is handling that. Trust and believe me, honey. Okay, now we get back to Little Scrappy and Bucky, but she want to be called Shay now. Did y'all notice that she had a little interview or something? Yeah, they had her fixed up, in front of the green screen, doing her little interview. So VH1 to put her back on the payroll. Once again, she is back, baby. And she was coming down them steps, honey, her yellow ass swimsuit. And trust me, when she dropped that sarong and revealed those underneathness, baby, I felt the earth move under my feet because she was not even playing, honey. Um, but when she was talking about, Scrappy needing to stay out of the whole Erica thing, Scrappy, you should have listened to her because she was right. Because clearly, you don't want to get in between two women. And when I say two women, I mean Stevie J and Erica fighting. A man just needs to stay in a man's place and stay out of all that shit. But they only talked about that for a little bit anyway, because clearly when Shay got all that ass up and asked Scrappy to put some lotion on her back, they had to quickly exit stage right. So Scrappy ain't did nothing but went and cracked Shay back. Boom. I said it and y'all saw it. Okay. Now we back in the dance studio with Joseline ass, and she giving us these Queen Latifah set it off cornrows. And she got some queen teaching her some A counts. Joseline, honey, I know you can come up with some A counts by yourself. I know you can J set, and you probably know how to vote right along with the best of them. I know I done seen you in a ball or a pageant or something. So stop trying to play these games, girl. Just stop trying to play these games. I don't understand. But Joseline, I ain't saying that you are not a beat bitch, but I'm just so tired of these games and this abortion nonsense. Like, I just don't understand it because clearly everything around you is just giving your tea away, and I just don't get it. But anyway, I just went on into another tangent. So, child, she up in that dance studio. Here comes Stevie J again, walking in with his outfit from American Apparel, and they still acting all sad and shit from this abortion nonsense. And now Miss Joseline, child, I done got lost in my train of thought. But yeah, not then they get all over that shit and they bat a couple eyes and Jocelyn be all stupid and shit and she started grinding for him and all that shit with, I don't know if that's her song, but if it is her song, that is pretty hot. I think it's in Spanish, so I don't really understand what the hell she's saying, but it's real hot and I can't even hate on that. But that lead the dance studio after that, and then Stevie J throw his arm around Jocelyn like she wanna his niggas in the street. Boom, peep that team. So, child, that brings us to the fight. that the directors and the producers coordinated so they could all meet up at the same time. So Scrappy and Erica then went to the studio, and then here comes walking out the door Miss Stevie J and the reigning Miss Continental, Miss Joseline Hernandez. So Scrappy and Miss Honey were talking about Stevie calling Erica a bitch when Scrappy should have stayed out of it. Like I said, let these women handle their own business. But then Joseline came out of nowhere talking about Erica and Stevie are fucking. Bitch, where were you at? Next thing I know, child, they fighting. Scrappy and whatchamacallit, Miss Honey, Stevie, they wrestling around in bushes and things. And then they broke that up for a while, like they were dragging Stevie J all over the ground and shit. And then they went over to the car where I believe that Joseline and what's his face, her face, Miss Stevie, were over there smoking a joint because it looked a little bit too wrinkled and small to be a cigarette. But they try to pass anything on these televisions these days. But they over there smoking a joint and then scrapping and took off again, child, right after them. So and the whole time, Erica asked, somebody got her up in the air on their shoulder like she a damn barking ass chihuahua or something, and she just hollering a whole bunch of random shit. I don't know what was going on with her. Honey, she need to go back and holler at her mama for that vintage denim jumper. That's what she need to do. But all in all, it looked like on the fight that Scrappy was the one that got handled. But according to MediaTakeout.com, Scrappy's attorneys got them to heavily edit that scene because Scrappy could have violated his parole for assault. But that's what they are reporting. So, yeah, so I don't think Scrappy will handle. I mean, Scrappy is real big. I'm just saying. But, so there you cut back to the women, the other women besides Stevie J. Rasheeda, beat ass, K. Michelle, big ass, singing ass, and Mimi. Erica walked in all torn and tattered up from World War III in the parking lot, and they reviewed the events of the night, and they talk a whole lot of shit about Joseline. Joseline, she a cast member on the Stars of the Century in Atlanta. So now, child, after they talk that shit, nah, Joseline and Stevie J, Joseline cooking some breakfast for her, and they talking about the stuff, and Stevie's still there with his, I just had a stroke face all twisted up and carrying on. And they talking about the shit, and he trying to understand where she came from with the whole they doing the naughty and stuff like that, and she's still on it talking about him and Erica that did it, and he ain't even really saying no. So that kind of got me wondering a little bit, but I don't think Erica would have did that. But Joseline, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Nobody want Stevie J, big trifling ass, really good. You are all the manufactured vagina that he needs. Child, that is all I got for Love and Hip Hop episode number 4. Tune back in next week. I will have another vlog up about this hot mess that is on television. Until then, good day.